What's I know, with the coaching staff and everything, the transition and everything, has everybody kind of gotten used to Coach Wood and the coaching staff?
I'd say for sure. All of us on the team get along really well, and bringing a new coach in, I think, has helped the program tremendously. We've been able to build connections with Coach Wood and Wiggs and KJ. She's new as well. And I think we're at the point where we're all comfortable with each other, and it makes coming to practice and games that much better when you get along with everyone and you feel welcomed and accepted by everyone.
What do you feel like the offense kind of be the strength of the offense?
I think our strength is that we have many different people on the team that can do every single job. So we have a lot of slappers, we have a lot of strong hitters, and we have people that can just execute and get the job done. I think that this year we've worked really hard in the off season and preseason to do extra work, and I don't have any disbelief in us that our physical abilities are there. I think on the offensive side, more of a mental thing is what our team needs to focus on more. And if we can do that, I think we'll be really successful.
Quite a spike in interest here in softball around town for a number of reasons. Have you noticed that going into this season?
I've noticed it specifically at Creighton. I feel like my first few years here, we weren't as recognized as a team as we should have been compared to some other sports. But I feel like Marcus, our AD, has done a really good job with getting new things involved with us, really showcasing us as a team with a new coaching staff. And I feel like we're on the rise, I would say. This year, too, we're doing a lot more marketing for our games. I haven't found out what that'll be yet, but I think that'll be a really big jump for us and allow us to get more fans to our game and more people watching.
What are you setting as your goals for this season?
I think our goals would be to the mental side of the game, obviously win more games, focusing on not making excuses is one big thing, and just really competing as a team and not letting one loss get to us, I would say. So our mental toughness is our biggest goal, to maintain that throughout the whole year.
Do you feel like you've grown in that aspect as you've advanced through your time?
I think I have, yes. When I was a freshman, sophomore, I let things get to me. I still do, but I've done a better job at trying to control my body language and not let my teammates see when something's down. And I feel like I've done a great job with that this year. We'll see when games come how I feel. It is my last year, so there's going to be a lot of emotions, so I need to keep those in check and make sure that I'm setting a good example for my teammates.
You guys have a lot of experience back. Does that help with the mental side and all that?
I think the experience helps, but I think having new girls really helps too, getting new people in to do new jobs. I think all of our freshmen are willing and capable of doing everything, and we're all, I would say, at the same level right now, so it's really comforting to know that we have a ton of abilities and a ton of different people to do every single job that we need.
How do you take the number 6 ranking in the preseason poll? Do you use it as motivation? What do you make of it?
I think it's cool because we come out, everyone thinks we're number 6, we're low, and we have a chance to shock everyone, I would say. I think we have a huge pitching staff this year compared to the past, and we have 2 freshmen coming in, a new pitcher, Kenzie, that no one's seen really, and there's no film on them, so I think that's a huge advantage that we have, and I think we're going to come out and just really shock everyone with our abilities and our mental toughness.
Coach, just the biggest changes that you've seen from year 1 to year 2 and the message you've tried to relay to your team heading into the season opener.
Yeah, I think this year we're coming out. We have a standard. We have an expectation. We have a lot of kids that are really hungry to win, fight, and we've just kind of been working hard. Kids have been grinding, putting in a lot of work, and there's been a lot of competitiveness. We have a lot more depth this year in the circle, in the field, just about everywhere.
How important is it as a benchmark for this team looking ahead to make the Big East tournament this season?
It's huge. That's the goal. The goal is to get there, get to the tournament, so then anything can happen from there and hopefully make a postseason appearance.
Do you feel like pitching is where you have upgraded pretty well?
Yeah, we have 3 new pitchers in the circle. So we have a transfer pitcher from Wichita State. We have 2 freshmen, and then our returning staff. We had 1 injured pitcher that'll return this year, so in a way we almost have 4 new pitchers coming back with 2 returners that were able to finish out the season last year. So we're 6 deep in the circle.
How do you kind of go about figuring out how you want to how you use your rotation.
Yep. We have a couple kids that are going to be starters for us, some middle kids, some relievers. We're trying to set up a staff kind of like baseball would more, where you have your middle game, your starters, your relievers, and then we're just going to try to see who complements who in the circle and who's doing a good job starting, who's getting us through 5 innings, and who does better for just 1 or 2 innings where they can close something out.
You like? Go ahead.
I was just going to ask you, being 6th in the preseason poll, like, what do you usually make of polls when you talk to your team? Do you message one way or the other, try to use it as motivation? Or?
No, I mean, preseason's preseason. They're just going off what you have. I mean, you have all these new freshmen coming in. You have new pitchers. You have kids that are veterans. I feel like last year everybody was a freshman on our team. They were learning our ways, learning our expectations. How do we do things? And now we have returners. Like our entire sophomore, junior, and senior class to me is now returners, and we only have one group of freshmen. So they've done a really good job of really taking on the culture that we started last year, building off that, working hard. I think they're hungry to win. I think they've got more fight in them this year, and they want to make a statement.
Coach Madeline talked about being more even-keeled mentally and just growing and not letting the losses eat at the players. What kind of growth have you seen from her, and what kind of mindset growth for the whole team have you seen in that aspect?
Yeah, we talk a lot about how, staying consistent and being resilient is a big key to teams and or players that have a lot of success, and not trying to get too high or too low. And I think she's really learned that striking out and failing isn't the end of the world, that you're going to get another chance. And if you can learn and grow from what happened to that at bat or that error, that can make you a better player for the future. And instead of trying to take it so much to heart that that moment and not just living in that moment, but trying to use it for future moments.
The juniors and seniors were already here in the new kid, and how do you think those upperclassmen have responded to the culture change that you implemented last year?
I mean, great. I mean, we have a family culture. We're really trying to say, be the difference. Who's going to be the difference? We want to have integrity and intent and no excuses, and learning how to embrace hard. And I think that's been something that we've really worked on as a team. And I think the returners have really embraced being the difference. Like, what does that mean and what does that look like? So now they have really tried to teach the underclassmen what that means. And if everybody's kind of moving in the same direction, I'm hoping to have a better season than we did last year.
You lost Wilson, but you have a lot of experience back at the position players. Do you feel like the offense is going to take a step forward this year?
I think we have a more solid offense. We have more depth. Now we don't have any holes. I feel like different people have stepped up. I feel like we're deep in almost every position, where last year we weren't deep in a few positions. So Kaylee was a big bat to lose, but I think we have 3 kids that are going to step up and take that spot.